What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video on our channel. In this one, I'm going to be going over why getting clear on who your YouTube channel is for matters. This is absolutely paramount when you are either starting your channel or really trying to scale your channel. If you are not clear on who you're trying to speak to and attract to your business, it could be less efficient and much less effective. So I want to give you an example of a client of mine up in the central New York area that we've been working with for, at the time this video going live, it'll probably be 6 months, 7 months, maybe 8 at most. I feel like I've lost track. It's gone by so fast. But point being, he is in the central New York area, and I just want to give some context so you guys understand where I'm going with this. He's in really the bigger market, the bigger metropolitan area is Syracuse in central New York. That's like the downtown, like the bigger city in that central New York area. And he's about 20-30 minutes, I believe it's northwest of Syracuse, point being 20-30 minutes away from a big city. So if you're in a city like Fort Lauderdale, for example, you'd be 20-30 minutes west, way by the Everglades, in the suburbs, maybe the less known cities. He's in the same way. He is in the suburban pockets of central New York or Syracuse, New York. So we had a decision of, okay, we're going to launch you. We're going to get you on YouTube. Do we want to stay broad and more general and attack the bigger central New York market? Obviously, there's more competition. I think there's another channel or two that was, deploying this passive prospecting or this YouTube marketing strategy for real estate agents in that area. So we had the decision of, okay, do we throw our hat in that ring and, try to compete in that bigger market? Or do you want to, focus on a smaller market, potentially where you live? So he came to the conclusion of, over the long term, I don't want to be driving 30 minutes into the city, and I don't want to be doing business 30, sometimes 40 minutes away into the city of Syracuse, right? Like, he doesn't live over there. Commuting to and from, especially working with buyers, probably be pretty tedious. So basically, instead of what I think most people would do is just cast a very wide net, keep it general, keep it broad, and do central New York, we decided to do Cicero, North Syracuse. So it's CNS. Again, it's 20-30 minute pocket. It's a couple cities into one. It's like 2 or 3 cities. Like, it's kind of like that main school district over there. So they call it Cicero, North Syracuse. It's Cicero, Clay, and North Syracuse. So it's 3 cities into one area. He's in one of those cities, one of those 3 cities, and he wants to drive no more than ideally 5 to 15 minutes for everyone he does business with. And that's convenient. That's how he wants to set up his business. Those are the people he wants to do business with. He's planting his flag there, and he wants to be the go-to CNS realtor. So his YouTube channel is very narrow. It's very, very niche. So try to relate it to where you're at in your market, 20-30 minutes away from a major city. That is the type of strategy that we're deploying. Is we're keeping it narrow, we're keeping it tight, and the topics are hyper local. Now, I'm going to pump over to his YouTube channel. Good thing my bubble is still here. And this is the example that prompted me to make this video. So we posted this video, I don't know, this was maybe, I think it says October 20th right here, a couple weeks ago from the posting of this video, or the recording of this video rather. And this is amazing. This video has kind of blown up, so to speak. And it's basically a YouTube video on the history of Lake Delta. Now, again, more context, brand new channel. We've been posting weekly, if not a little bit more than weekly, for the 5 or 6, 7 months up until this point. And we maybe have 150 subscribers, maybe 100 subscribers. And this video got 450 views and 11 hours of watch time, almost 12 hours of watch time. It got some subscribers, and it's only a 2-minute and 47-second video. So do the math on that. That's pretty awesome. But the reason this video's thrived is because of this primarily, and this is basically the point that I wanted to bring up or to highlight here, and it's external. So obviously, everything we do on YouTube revolves around search. Create videos that your target market is searching for, so that way whenever they go to search for that information, your videos, are right there for them to potentially click on, watch, engage with, and hopefully pick up the phone and call you. So everything we do revolves around search. However, we teach, AJ and I, in our Digital Real Estate Academy, which if you don't know what that is, it's basically an online community for agents building their business with video alongside each other. If you want to check that out, the link is in the description below. But I say all this to say, in that community, and On the agency side of things with our clients, we teach our agents different ways to launch or promote your YouTube videos when they go live. Because obviously in a perfect world, we post a video, we put our phones down, we close our laptops, and it blows up to 5, 10, 50,000 views. Your phone's ringing, you're listing homes, and you're going to Turks and Caicos for vacation. But that's not always how it works. Obviously, posting videos organically, you can get results. You will get phone calls, you will get engagement. However, especially in the beginning, with where he's at in his first year of YouTube, we really encourage people to get your YouTube videos in front of other people. Use them before meetings. Use them after you meet people. Hey, remember we had this conversation? Check out this video. Put them in local Facebook groups, like what Tyler did. He took this video about the history of Lake Delta, which is, a nearby lake in the market that he serves. And I'm not entirely sure of the utmost significance of it. And I didn't grow up there. So locally, being from that area, I don't have much of attachment or a connection to it. But everyone in his market, the people his channel and these videos are, designated for, designed for, care about this a lot. This is a really cool piece on the history and the chronology and just overviewing the lake as a whole. And when he put it into a couple Facebook groups, in his market, like they're Facebook groups similar to I'm trying to think of an example here, but they're Facebook groups that are basically things to do in Cicero, New York, things to do in Clay, New York, or I don't know, you've ever seen those Facebook groups where moms will, they'll post in it and they're talking about the school districts, and it's basically just a way to keep up to date with everything going on in the city. There's Facebook groups, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I just can't find the best way to articulate it right now. But point being, he put this in a couple local Facebook groups where he's from, and when people saw History of Lake Delta, it intrigued them, and a bunch of people clicked on it. As you can see, 348 views. That's where majority of these views actually come from upon the launching or the publishing of this video. And external, obviously, like I just talked about, means they came from Facebook. This amount of views, which is most of the views on this video. Loads of watch time. And in those Facebook groups, he elicited a lot of conversations. So many people were commenting on that Facebook post, and much less this YouTube video, unfortunately, but the Facebook group, and it really started a conversation. People were sharing memories, they were giving their thoughts, they were talking about the information in the video. They thought it was so cool to see something so local and so relevant to them. Now, would I, being born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, and now living in Fort Lauderdale, South Florida, would I watch this video or engage or care about this video if I just happen to see it? Probably not. Lake Delta sounds like an awesome place, but it's not relevant to me whatsoever, and I don't care about it. Now let's bring everything full circle. The reason that this video got so many views, watch time hours, and engagement, and basically started conversations was because it was a topic that these people of this area really care about. That's how you start conversations. Talk about things that people care about. What problems are these people specifically having? This is how you should be thinking about coming up with video ideas. Oh my gosh, there's this lake that has so much significance that isn't known to really anyone outside of this area. This would be really cool to do a video on the history of it and share it and get it in front of as many people locally as possible, as many Facebook groups as possible. Now, because we took this narrow approach on his YouTube channel as a whole in this smaller market, it's really cool because although maybe his audience or his target market, so to speak, is much smaller, it's now more engaged. It's more connected because now he's creating videos to a very, niche type of person. And this is just an example of why getting clarity on how you want to grow your business, how you want to set up your business in your life is extremely important. So that's kind of the summary of the video, is getting clear up front on who you want to do business with is extremely important. Up front, he made a decision to go after a small pocket of a big market and stay away from that big market and cater and create videos to these types of people and less the broader, general, bigger area. What did it do? It got his name and his brand and his real estate business and his YouTube channel for his real estate business in front of a bunch of people who watched his content, cared about his content, and engaged with his content. That is YouTube Marketing 101, my friends. If you're enjoying these types of videos, you're finding any value whatsoever, I highly encourage you to subscribe so you can support our mission of getting every single agent on YouTube. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.